Hey everyone, this is BK coming to you from Orlando, Florida. I'm here with Dr. Rome, and we are just sitting on airport waiting for our flights. We're coming from an awesome convention where Dr. Rome was speaking, and he has some additional things to share about the accountability. What is it, and how does it apply to you and me? Here's Dr. Rome.
All right, thank you, BK. Just a quick word, BK was one of the keynote speakers. He did a great job. He speaks with passion. He speaks with enthusiasm. He also speaks with a lot of compassion that lets people know that he's speaking not only from his head and the information that's happened in his life, but also from his heart. But we've been talking, I've been coaching him, several years now, and one of the topics that came up was accountability. And I learned this from my own accountability partner, who's 84 years old. I'm 72 right now. And I've learned this over the past, 10, 15, 20 years. But what I hear about accountability for the most part, I think is either incorrect or insufficient. And I'll explain in just a second. Most of what I hear about accountability sounds like to me like you're becoming somebody's police officer or parole officer. Meaning, if you and I were in accountability with each other, it's your job to check in on me, make sure that I do what I say I'll do, or my job to call you and make you accountable or hold you accountable. And the problem with most accountability that I hear about, it doesn't work. And then it creates an additional problem, because how can I do this without my accountability partner knowing about it, or without it ever coming up for them to double check on me? So again, I don't take credit for what I'm about to share with you, but I know this works. I know what I'm about to share with you works because it's been working for me for, like I said, 15 or 20 years. Accountability is where you choose yourself to become accountable to another person. In other words, they don't have to hold me to accountability. I hold myself to accountability to another person. I'll make this very, very practical and share with you. For example, I am married. I am faithful to my wife. I have a monogamous relationship with one woman, my wife. However, I am a male. I still travel. I still am tempted from time to time. I meet sometimes people on the road, especially in hotels and in restaurants, who are females, and maybe they're kind of lonely and they would like to have somebody to have dinner with them or somebody to talk to them. Now, here's what my accountability is. I've told my accountability partner, before I end up committing adultery or before I end up doing something inappropriate, I'll call you and I'll say, "Hey Aubrey, this is Robert. Just wanted to let you know I'm in Orlando. I have met this really beautiful woman, and we're going to have dinner, and then I'm going to go to her room, and we're probably going to spend the night together." And you now ask yourself, I hope you're thinking this through. I hope you're sitting there going, you would do that? You would call him first? Absolutely. Here's why. I don't want to have to call him and tell him that. Why? Because I don't want to do that. Why? Because that would be wrong. I want to be faithful to my life, faithful to my wife, and faithful to my own life. Live in a monogamous relationship, not create hurt, pain, or sorrow for someone else, or for me, or for my family, or for my business, or for my reputation, or for my character. So here's the way accountability goes. I don't have to wait until Aubrey calls me and says, "Hey, where have you been? What have you been doing? You slept with anybody outside of your marriage?" See, that is what I hear a lot about accountability. So I've got to wait for him to catch me or wait for him to call me before I say, "Well, yeah, I did slip up," and then go through the whole rigmarole of answering to my accountability partner. If you stop and think about it, it's ludicrous. It's nuts. But when you think about it this way, okay, I am accountable, and the accountability is in my court. It's not in his court for him to call me and ask me what I'm doing. The ball's in my court. And so before I have made a commitment to my accountability partner that before I end up doing something illegal, immoral, or unethical, I'll call you first and I'll say, "Hey, I'm getting ready to do this. I wanted you to know." He's already told me his response will be, "That's fine. Go ahead. Have a good time. Hope everything works out for you." In other words, he's not going to make me do anything. But I hope you're seeing, I don't want to call him and tell him that. And I don't want to put him in a situation where he has to say, that's fine, go ahead. He wouldn't say that anyway. He would say, have you lost your mind? You know how many people this would hurt? That's crazy. You don't want to do that. But we have never had that conversation because I've never had to call him and tell him I was getting ready to do that because of accountability. But the accountability starts with me. It doesn't start with him catching me or someone else finding out what I've done. I am stepping up to the plate and I'm saying I'll be accountable and let you know before I do something insane like that. So I shared that with BK probably over a year ago, and he told me, he said, I've never heard that. He said, I've never had anybody share with me that's what most accountability partners are. Let's get together and question each other about what we've been doing lately and see if we can catch each other doing something wrong. That doesn't work. It creates guilt and it makes you hate your accountability partner. The truth of the matter is I love my accountability partner because up front, I already know the importance of staying on the right track, walking the narrow path, and doing the next right thing. I hope if you have accountability partner, you'll decide what you're accountable to them for, let them know what it is, and then make yourself accountable before you get out of line or before you do something wrong. You'll call them and tell them about it, and you'll be pleasantly surprised how just knowing I'm going to call them and tell them what I'm about to be, that will wake you up. It will keep you on the right path and help you to have the life that you so desire. I'm Dr. Robert Rome here at the Orlando Airport with my good friend BK. I hope that helps you. I know it's helped me for over 15 or 20 years, and I really believe that's what real accountability is all about. All right, here's BK. Wrap it up.
Wow, that's something. Again, I never heard that before, and I never heard that after, except from Dr. Rome. Thank you, everyone, and I'll see you next time.